Hello guys, Mr. Pauline here. We are still looking at our 5 classes of traffic road signs that we have in Zimbabwe. So in our last videos, we're doing danger warning signs, regulatory signs, then the third one was informative sign. Now in this video, I want us to look at the fourth class of signs, which is traffic light signals. Now what are traffic light signals, you may ask? Let me just rush there so that you can understand this, right? Okay, so traffic light signals are essentially those lights that you see on the road. Now they mean a lot of things and each one is applied to a specific meaning, so we are going to be discussing a lot about that. So obviously we're gonna start with our robots. Now on our robots we have the green, red, amber, right? And obviously we're not going to be talking about the sequence of these lights here. We're just going to be talking about which one it means. If you want to know about the sequence, just look more on our videos. We have covered that. I think we've covered that a lot, so I'm not going to be talking about that in this video. However, I'm going to be talking about what each light means. Okay, so we have the red obviously means stop. Okay, then we have the amber. Now the amber means warning to stop. Now that's just a shortened version. Now to expand on that, it means that if you see an amber, right, and you are moving toward the stop line, it means that you should prepare to stop, because right after amber we have red, right? So if you see the amber light, it means that you should prepare to stop. You should now get your vehicle to stop. How? By putting on the brakes. You should now have your foot on the brakes the moment you see that there's an amber. But there's a point, let's say that you see that there's an amber and you are trying to rush to beat that red robot, and probably your speed is too much that you cannot stop safely, to such an extent that if you try to stop, the vehicle skid and you make a lot of noise and your brakes will actually make that kind of noise. So that's what we call harsh braking. In the case you see that the only way to stop on this is a harsh braking before that red light hits, then what you do is that you should proceed against the amber, right? You should proceed against the amber. Now mind you, I didn't say you should proceed against the red. You should proceed against the amber. Okay, the light is amber, you should proceed. Okay, because it now becomes unsafe for you to stop. In that, if you try to stop, you can even stop after the stop line, then you can impede traffic whilst you're stopped in the middle of the intersection, or you have stopped over the pedestrian crossing line. So basically what I'm saying is that the amber means that if you have enough time to stop, prepare to stop, or you can proceed. If it is now unsafe for you to stop, probably your speed is too high, or you don't have enough clearance between you and the stop line for you to stop safely before the red light hits. So in that point you can proceed against the amber robot. So just know that at the amber you should prepare to stop or proceed if it's now unsafe for you to stop. Okay, then the green obviously it means that go. So the green, you are not gonna spend much time about that. So the green is just a go light. Okay, now going on to our next slide. Here we have a red robot. We also a green flashing arrow. Now a green flashing arrow in combination with a red robot, it means a lot of things, right? Depending on the direction that the green arrow is pointing at. Now if the green arrow is pointing to the right, it means that all the traffic that is going to the right can filter. What do I mean by filter? We have done filtration in school, right? Filter, it means that it allows certain vehicles while it's restricting the movement of other vehicles. Okay, so it means that all the vehicles that are going in the direction that is being pointed by the green arrow can proceed, while it's all the other vehicles that are going in the direction that is not being pointed by the green arrow should stop. Okay, so if you see this here, we have a red light in combination with a green arrow that is flashing to the right. It means that traffic that is turning to the right may filter or may proceed if the road is clear. Okay, so that traffic may proceed against the red light. Okay, then here we have a flashing amber light that is pointing up. If it's pointing up, it means that all the traffic that is going straight can proceed against that red light. Okay, so all the traffic that is going straight can proceed, while all the traffic that is turning right or left should stop at that intersection. Same as this one. Here we have a red, here we have a green flashing arrow that is pointing to the left. So it means that traffic that is turning to the left may proceed or filter if the road is clear against that red light. Okay, same as here we have a green arrow with a green light. So if you see that we have a green light with a green flashing arrow, it means that you should proceed with caution. So the green arrow indicates that traffic from all other direction has been stopped. Okay, so only the traffic that is going in the direction of the green arrow can proceed. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. Here we have what we call a flashing amber light. So a flashing amber light, we normally find it at a robot that is malfunctioning. Now let's say that the robot is malfunctioning. So this light, right? So what we normally would have is all the four corners, all the four robots, right? All the four lights, they would present a flashing amber light. So what that entails all the road users that are coming from every direction on that intersection, that this intersection or these robots or the robots at that intersection are not working. So what that does is that if you see that there's a flashing amber light on all the robots on each of the four corners of that intersection, what that would tell you is that the robots are not working. So if the robots are not working, we immediately refer back to our first road rule. The first and primary road rule is that keep well left and give right to fatal traffic that is approaching from your right. So obviously, if it is a flashing amber light, it signifies a hazard, right? A hazard environment or a hazard situation. So what you can do is that you can put in your hazards, then you obviously have to indicate your direction. Okay, then you have to see if there is no traffic that is approaching from your right. Since the robots are not working, and then you know that by the reason of the flashing amber light from all direction. So what you need to do is that you need to look at your right, notice that if there is no car that is approaching from your right, then you can proceed. Okay, so here you proceed with caution and give way to traffic approaching from the road on your right. Okay, here is also a railroad level crossing with flashing lights. Now this sign is quite different from let me just a moment, I'm going to the regulatory class now. Okay, you see this one, this sign is in the regulatory class, and we talk about it, why this sign is in the regulatory class. If you want to know more about that, just go in the description of the video. You'll find a link to our video where we talked about regulatory classes, regulatory signs. Okay, so you see this sign, we don't have lights here. Okay, so this sign is what we call a regulatory sign because it is in the regulatory class. Now the moment we now have lights, let me just go back to where we were. Now we now have lights here. Now this sign is still a railroad level crossing. Mind you, this sign is still a railroad level crossing, but by the reason of now that it now has lights, it is now in the traffic light signals. Because remember, in the traffic light signals, you are looking at anything with lights on the road. Okay, then we also have, this is an example of a flashing light signal. So this one entails of a hazard on the road. So on the next video, we are looking at carriageway marking. So I really hope you enjoy that. So thanks so much guys for watching. Do you have any questions on any of the things that we just talked about? Just let me know in the comment section. Remember, my number is right there in the comment section if you want to get in touch with me. Maybe you are looking for some clarity or just some online provisional lessons. I'm available. So thanks so much guys for watching. I'm Mr. Pauline. I will see you later in the next video. Goodbye.